Thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44. This is my YouTube site, and it is actually a message to the Mayor of Clearwater, Florida. I have quite a bit of experience with Scientology. I was in it for 30 years. I got in 1969. I woke up and escaped out in 2000. However, this is a little story about 1979, and it relates to you in that it was about Richard Tenney, who was the city commissioner then. We had moved to Clearwater, or to Largo. I lived in Largo, but that's right next to Clearwater for anybody who doesn't know. And at the time, one of the executives in Scientology called me in. There were only about 10 public Scientologists at the time, and they called me in. I was a brand new mom there. My husband was working, and they called me in and said, this is a nightmare. We need you to help us handle something. And I was like, okay, what? And honestly, I was just like a counselor in Scientology. I really didn't have any idea they did this kind of weird stuff. So he said, well, L. Ron Hubbard was on a ship and he was going to come in to land, and they found out the FBI was going to plant drugs on the ship. So he zoomed around to Clearwater. They bought the Fort Harrison under the lie of the Church of Christ or something like that, another name, lying. And he said, because we came as a lie, we cannot help handle Richard Tenney. Because Richard Tenney's whole program is save sparkling Clearwater, stamp out Scientology, right? That was his program. They're liars. Don't trust them. Okay, so I go out. I start trying to talk to people, talking to Richard Tenney, talking to different people, basically running Scientology's program. Go here, go there, go to this meeting, ask them this, that. And long story short, the guy was voted out of office completely. He was trying to run from city commissioner to mayor. And because of this program that was run by the Church of Scientology, Office of Special Affairs, he was completely voted out of office. And right now, today, I still feel bad about that. It was awful. And I didn't do anything really, like nasty or anything. I just went out and talked to people. But it's still, the intention was to get rid of the guy, and we did. And once I woke up and realized they do this kind of thing, I was actually being used and part of it. Years later, in stopping free speech, I left Scientology. I escaped out, and I actually went from Los Angeles back to Tampa, and the Tampa police got me out of the Tampa airport in July of 2000. So why am I saying this to you? You have got all of these Scientologists are going to fly in. They're going to rave about how great they are and how great Scientology is and how much it's helped their lives and blah, blah, blah. Believe me, I know. Read Mark Headley's letter if you haven't, which is about he working at the very, very top. It's like a pyramid. He was way, way up at the top working there, running events. And he knows this kind of thing. So do I. And it's like I was there saying how great it was. I was one of those people. I'm on a lot of their videos, how fantastic it is. Because it has to do with mind control. That's what it has to do with. And what you have to be concerned about with, sir, is the children in your community. Because what Scientology goes after are all those young people. Try to get in their minds, like any cult, they want to get them when they're young because that's when mind control goes in really easily. And this superpower thing, I'm reading a book on brainwashing and cults, and this superpower thing is exactly that. Very, very intense. So obviously you can't be against their own religious things, even though I'm here to tell you they are not a religion. They're a business, plain and simple. You have to pay for every single level. Every single level. No, it's not the same as a donation. I was raised a Catholic. I know what a donation is for a church. This is a payment. And you cannot do the next level unless you pay for it. Unless you pay the full amount. There's no like half of it, or I'll pay you next month. Nothing. You have to pay the full amount before you even get onto it. You have to know that they run these kind of programs. Mine was just one. I'm going to put a couple links in here to some other things that happened in your city that you should be aware of. But they do plant people in offices. Look at Gabe Gazaris, study the history there. That was somebody they planted in his office for years. I didn't find out about that until after I escaped out, but it was awful. So understand that, know that they put people around you, but I would suggest to you seriously, make sure to build up your own team of people that you know are not Scientologists. And remember, this is something someone told me after I left. How can you tell if a Scientologist is lying? If their lips are moving. So be careful. But don't let them run over your city. Don't. it's like you have a lot of people in your city that do not want them to just keep taking over more and more. So there you go. Good luck with it. I hope it helped you understand a little bit more about the darker side of Scientology. You're going to see how wonderful it is in the next couple of weeks. They fly in people, it'll be bustling and hustling around there and seem great. Notice it after a week or so after it's over, after the event's over, and how few people are there. Because really and truthfully, that's what they do. They fly people in, it makes it look like it's, wow, this is really happening, and then they're gone. That's it. And why are they dwindling? Because they do these nasty things, these dark, creepy things that I'm telling you about. So I hope you look into it. I hope you study it, and stay safe. Peace out. Thank you to all of the people that are on my YouTube site. Thank you for all your advice regarding Google Plus and YouTube and all that happening. I really appreciate it. And I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Peace out.